effectively and solve problems like a strategist. By the time we're done, you won't just understand strategic thinking, you'll live it. You'll move through life with more purpose, power, and poise. You'll stop getting stuck in the noise and start creating outcomes that matter to you. Final thought, you already have what it takes. You don't need to be a genius to think strategically. You don't need a fancy degree or high IQ. All you need is the willingness to slow down, think clearly, and act with purpose. That's it. You already have the raw material. This book is just the blueprint, and I'll be right here with you every step of the way. So take a deep breath. Get ready to shift gears, because you're about to learn how to outsmart any challenge, not by chance, but by choice. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Strategic Mindset. How to Think Before You React. Let's begin with a truth most people overlook. Your greatest power isn't your knowledge, your talent, or even your experience. Your greatest power is the ability to choose how you think. Because in the end, it's not the smartest, fastest, or strongest people who win. It's the ones who can pause, evaluate, and think clearly under pressure. That's the essence of a strategic mindset. What strategic thinking really means. When people hear the word strategy, they often imagine military generals huddled over maps, business tycoons calculating profits, or chess masters plotting their next moves. And yes, those are examples. But strategic thinking is not limited to high-stakes war rooms or executive board meetings. Strategic thinking is a mindset, a way of approaching decisions, challenges, and opportunities with purpose and perspective. It means asking yourself, what outcome do I want? What's the smartest path to get there? What are the potential obstacles, and how can I prepare for them? What are my resources, and how can I use them wisely? Strategic thinkers don't act just because something feels urgent. They act when it makes sense. They weigh possibilities, think in terms of consequences, and focus on positioning themselves for success, not just for now, but for the long haul. Here's the difference in action. A reactive mind says, I'm mad, so I'll say something right now. A strategic mind says, I'm mad, so I'll cool off and figure out how to address this in a way that actually solves the problem. A reactive mind panics when things go wrong. A strategic mind steps back, reassesses, and looks for options. Reactive mind wants quick fixes. A strategic mind wants long-term results. This isn't about being slow or indecisive. It's about being deliberate. It's about owning your response instead of being controlled by emotions, pressure, or fear. Why most people react instead of think. Let's be honest. Reacting is easy. It feels natural. You get triggered, and you respond. Something surprises you, and you immediately do or say something. That's how we're wired. Fight or flight, survival instincts, instant reactions. But we're not living in the wilderness anymore. We live in a world where most challenges require thinking, not instinct. And that's where many people fall behind. They send angry emails, make impulsive purchases, lash out in relationships, quit things too soon, or hold on too long because they're stuck in reaction mode. It's not their fault entirely. Society celebrates speed. Move fast. Act now. Don't think. Just do. But think about this. You don't need more speed. You need more direction. That's what strategic thinking gives you. Direction. Strategic thinkers pause. They reflect. They train themselves to think before they act, to plan before they speak, to see consequences before they unfold. And that pause, that simple pause, is where your power lives. Replacing emotional reactions with calm analysis. Let's talk about emotions, because we all have them. And let's be clear, emotions are not the enemy. They're signals. They give you valuable information about how you feel, but they're not always the best decision makers. Imagine this. You're driving, and someone cuts you off. Your heart races. You want to honk, shout, or speed up. But if you pause, even for a second, and think strategically, you realize this moment doesn't deserve your energy. Now apply that to bigger moments: an argument with a loved one, a setback at work, a financial crisis, a health scare. Your first emotional reaction might be fear, anger, or hopelessness. But if you've trained your mind, you can acknowledge those feelings without acting on them. Here's a practical tool: the 3-second rule. Before you respond, pause for 3 seconds and ask, what outcome do I want? Is this reaction helping or hurting that outcome? What would a strategic version of me do next? These 3 seconds can save relationships, preserve your energy, and completely change the course of a situation. The goal is not to suppress your emotions, it's to manage them with wisdom. Think of your emotions like weather. You can't control the storm, but you can choose how you dress for it, how you move through it, and whether you run blindly or walk with intention. Calm analysis means stepping outside the storm and asking, what's really going on here? What are my options? This simple shift from emotion to evaluation turns chaos into clarity, developing mental discipline and long-term thinking. Now, here's the part most people avoid: discipline. Because strategic thinking isn't just about what you do in the moment. It's about how you train your mind over time. Mental discipline means practicing the ability to delay gratification, resist impulsive urges, think beyond this hour, this day, this week. Ask yourself,